guys, I'm Grace Graber, and I'm here at CCM Cafe. When I was 12 years old, I was bullied for my faith, and I was diagnosed with PTSD and major depression because it got so bad. I went from being in public school to then being homeschooled and into isolation and became suicidal. Right before I planned on taking my own life, an old Hawk Nelson song, Take Me by Hawk Nelson, popped into my head, kind of like lulled me to sleep and told me I wasn't alone. So I finally felt that hope that someone understood what I might be going through. And from there on, I started writing, I started performing, I started becoming passionate about doing the same for others. My goal in life is to save more lives through music, whether that's writing, whether that's performing, whether that's sharing my story, because if I can do that, anyone can do it. The Conversations EP came out in April, and I'm stoked about this project because it tells my personal story through mental health, through the sound that I love and create. And I really digged into my story and who I was. And so me and Blake Cross, we started the production on Conversation First. This song I wrote after getting re-diagnosed with PTSD and depression in 2021 and going back on medication. I felt like being a CCM artist, going back on medication was kind of going backwards when Blake and my buddy Steven told me, it is absolutely not backwards. You are moving forward and you are going to help so many people find healing. And so we pursued Conversation, which led into more of a traditional alternative sound, which led into, oh my gosh, I have all these songs that tell my story and a sound that tells my story so well. And so we took The Light, we added that in, we took Do It For Me, which I wrote with my friend Holly Hollowell. And then I had the opportunity to write with Chris Cleveland and Tony Wood, and they wrote a song about my story, which is the last song on the EP. And we got Jason Dunn, the founder and former lead singer of Hawk Nelson, to sing on it. And that was really full circle. So this EP means so much to me. I hope you love it as much as I do. And I hope you feel that you're not alone. It is Mental Health Awareness Month right now in May, and I am partnering with my booking agency, Faith Artist Agency, and I am interviewing other artists with the agency. We are doing a live stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. It'll be on Instagram, and we are going to talk about mental health, how other artists have coped with it, how other artists have struggled with it, and how they found hope as well. So I'm really pumped about this month and all the interviews I'm doing. So I started the Grace Graber podcast originally just to have conversations with other independent artists like myself, because I discovered during COVID that there was a huge community of Christian artists that nobody knows about, and their music is actually really good. So I started that to have conversations, to get people more in front of my friends' eyes. It was truly just like a passion thing. And then once we started getting into that mental health field a little more, I realized, oh my gosh, I can pay more attention to interviewing not other artists, because we can find music anywhere, but other like counseling centers, treatment centers, life coaches. I can interview all sorts of people in the mental health realm and really tie that in with the music. And so we're on season 2 of the Grace Graber podcast. I'm really pumped because I have some really amazing people who have started centers in Nashville, who've started centers overseas. They're all being interviewed on the Grace Graber podcast. So go check it out wherever you get podcasts. The song that saved my life was Take Me by Hawk Nelson, and it wasn't their most popular song. It wasn't like one of their singles. It was number 8 on their first album, and that really showed me that God could use anything and any song, and so that's really freed me up to sing about harder things, to remind people they're not alone, and to continue that legacy through music. Make sure you guys check me out on social media at Grace Graber Music. That is Grab as in boy, ER Music. And check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Where else? Oh, I have a podcast. If you want to hang out and have more conversations like this, check out the Grace Graber podcast. We're on season 2. And I'm actually going to be releasing more episodes this month for Mental Health Awareness Month.